All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 3rd. As usual, doing analysis for US 30 gold, EU, and Bitcoin. Probably less, more EU nowadays. But US 30 bullish, gold bullish, EU bearish, and the US dollar is pretty bullish. So, and the other thing, let me see if I can find this. So yesterday when I was doing a review of my journal, or yesterday when I was doing a review of my journal, which is one of the reasons why I advised you guys to get a journal, a trading journal. So when I was reviewing my trading journal yesterday, and I did post some of those results, I found that Monday and Friday were pretty much the non-profitable days for me. Um, and the hours of like 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So anytime before midday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or noon Eastern Standard Time are also my unprofitable hours. Now, to break this down based off of the instruments we are trading or we normally trade, I went deeper and analyzed uh trading results by instrument, by day, and also by time. So I found that US 30 is the one that's pretty much responsible for these losses before noon. Gold actually is my profitable instrument so far this year, and this is out of 61 trades. But as much as US 30 was unprofitable, looks like heavily unprofitable contributes to this unprofitability due to the 1:2 risk to reward, the difference was only like $5,000 negative, which is what my main account currently is right now, out of those. But for gold, gold was profitable before 12 p.m. So throughout the day. So the trades that I took on gold, it didn't matter. So going forward, what I think or what I've done so far is adjust the risk size of US 30. So for example, and I used AI to help me analyze that. So for example, trades for US 30 that come before noon, and you remember based off of this supply, and mostly these results are tied to supply and demand strategy, and also a little bit of the SAR strategy, which we were using for the bulk of February. So what I've what I'm now doing is any US 30 trade that comes before 12 noon, I'll be taking it with personally, I'll be taking it with like a 0.125% risk. And any US 30 trade that comes after noon, I'll be taking it with 6 times the risk of that. And 6 times the risk of that is just 0.375. So meaning any US 30 trade that comes before midday I'll be risking $250. So this is similar to what we used to refer to as a filler lot. And any US 30 trade that lines up post 12, I'll be taking it with a risk of 750. So if you guys have noticed as well, some of these trades that even come up in the afternoon, like this one from yesterday, US 30, similar to this one. So most of the trades that I send in trade ideas, you'll probably find me sending updates later on afternoon, and you'll see that some of, or a good amount, probably a high amount of these trades have gone up and hit TP. So for US 30, as much as I love US 30, until I can get better statistics, I will be risking, and this is just my personal opinion, or how I choose to adapt to my trading results. So, but gold, whether it's during New York, whether it's or pre 12 p.m. or post 12 p.m., I'll be using 0.75%. And what I've also done, so when we're using the SAR strategy, I was risking like 1% per trade. The reason for that is SAR strategy gives you about 2 trades a day. So that's how I was able to risk 1% per trade and uh, have a good win rate with that. But when you have the supply and demand strategy, given that now we're trading multiple instruments, we are trading multiple time frames, um, you get more setups in the day. So what I've done, I'm still going to be risking, I'm still going to be giving myself a 2% risk, overall risk in any given day. So if you see the 0.125% risk that I'm talking about, I'll be giving myself an allowance of 4 trades for 0.125%. And I think I'll use 0.125% for any US 30 trades before midday and also Bitcoin trades because BTC is also a little bit volatile. So I'll be giving that. So if you do 0.125 times 4, you'll get 0.5% risk. And then 0.375, I'll be giving myself an allowance of 4 trades a day to take with that. So 0.375 times 4, that's 1.5. So 1.5 times 0.5, you get the 2% in any given day. But that's just how personally I'll align my trading going forward until I get better results. So again, this is something I wish um this is something I wish I had done when I first started trading because with my 3 years of trading, I really haven't this is my first year of journaling. So I would have had like more and better results or better data to gauge my trading with. So if you guys haven't started journaling, it's probably and not just using an Excel spreadsheet. Like this software I'm using, Edgewonk, it's only like 160. It's only $169 a year. So for the information you get from it, I think it is worth it. So anyway, so here looking at what we have, so again, we are not taking any trade. So 9:45 a.m. So we can start looking for trades. So there's this US 30 sell setup right here at 39,251, and 39,251 on the 15-minute, 39,259 on the 30-minute. So if that comes, so right now I feel a little also comfortable knowing that I have more trades in a day, as much as I was trying to lower my amount of trades in a day. But I'll be taking all of this so that I can also have more results for my journal. And given that, for example, now if I get a US 30 trade, I'm taking 0.125% for the trade, I feel much better. But with the official trades, I'll still keep using 0.75. The reason for that is I don't send every trade out that I take as an official trade. So for an official trade, right, it can either be during the live session or later on if I do decide to send it in the Discord. So for the official trades, I'll still keep them at 0.75. So US 30, 15 and 30-minute trade can probably come in before the live session is over. The 1 hour time setup, we have a buy at 39,080. So I don't think, and a sell. Actually, there's a sell running on US 30 on the 4 hour time frame. Uh, but that came up before the live, I'm sorry. That came up before the first 15 minutes, of New York Open. And the inner, I'll go ahead and replay this. The inner supply here was taken out, or the first level was taken out. Let me wait for that to. So it was this zone right here at 39,1 or 39,200. So you can see during that spike up, it was taken out because right now you'll just see there's just one supply zone. But there's a US 30 sell that's running right now. I'm not gonna take that because the time when it validated, it was during the hours that we don't trade or the first 15 minutes of New York Open, but there's a US 30 sell on the 4 hour that's running. If it breaks that or if that doesn't hold, the next 4 hour sell would be up here around the all-time high, which is probably better. I would rather catch buys on US 30. So anyway, but if anybody is looking for or has any confluences for a sell on US 30, that is the sell setup right there. And even for this one, the sell would have been up here at this crossover candle at 39,227. So I'm not gonna chase a trade that's already running. So we'll see if we get this 15-minute or 30-minute for gold. Not sure if we're gonna get any gold setups for right now during the live session. The buy is at 2265.6. The sell is at 2287.1. That's around the all-time high. For BTC, nothing as well. BTC might validate later on during the day, or maybe get this hourly entry. But for BTC, nothing for BTC as well. On the 1 hour time frame, I'm sorry, for EU, based off of how EU is moving or move slowly, I don't see any trades validating during. Actually, wait, there's a EU sell on the 30-minute time frame. There's an EU sell on the 30-minute. Let me put an alert back here. So this one would be running. And again, I'm not looking to be taking EU trades. So even for EU trades, if I do take them, there will be 0.125% risk. Unless I get like a nice 1 hour or 4 hour setup that's lining up with a bunch of things like trend lines, order blocks. But this one, there's the EU sell that would be running here at 1.079. And the other one, hourly setup on gold, nothing is close. Hourly setup on EU. So this hourly setup on EU, I kind of like this one more than the 30-minute. So this one right here, because this one would be completing structure. So we have structure that's right here, coming here. So this hourly sell on EU to me is better than where EU currently is right here. So I would prefer selling EU on this hourly. That's right here at 1.080, 1.080. So I'll wait for that entry for EU, or I would rather wait for that EU entry. And then we have the 4 hour, so nothing as well. So unless we get this US30 trade, that will probably be the only trade we'll take today during the live session. And then let me send this screenshot to the group right here. Yes, 30. CBTC. All right, so you guys just use those zones and make sure the confluences align. Um, Let me see if I'm able to go through this. So, um, um, let me sign into this thing real quick. All right. Share this again. So just want to go over my journal real quick. So you can see this is the 5K difference that I was talking about here for my main account. So here, if we apply those filters, so I just want to show you guys. So let's start with, say, for gold and look at the month of February because there was no trading then, and look at the hours from 9 a.m. Eastern time, which is like the 16th hour right here, or 24-hour based off of the trading calendar or broker. And then what am I looking for? February hours. All right. So if we go here, you'll see like in the month of February, gold overall here was like 2%. I'm sorry, 2K gain. So there was 9 gold trades, 2 winners, 3 losers, 4 break-evens. So even remembering this, I think even some of the break-evens were before New York, I'm sorry, before 12 a.m. Eastern time. But that's the result for gold. And you can see here the performance by weekday. And I think, give me 1 second. That's the EU trade on, that's the EU trade. So the EU trade on the 30 minutes. So again, if anybody has any confluence for EU sells on the 30-minute, that's the sell on EU. So you would enter, let me get an entry for anybody who's, but I'm not taking that one. So the entry would be, see if we do get that crossover. What else was I looking at? You'd wait for a crossover sell. But anyway, let me go back to this and come back and see. So you'll see for US for gold in February, so only one trade on Monday, which was a loser. Two trades on Tuesday, one loser, one break even. What is this? 2 trades on Wednesday. So Wednesdays I've noticed are my most profitable days overall. So Wednesday, 2 trades, both of them winners. So that's the 8K profit jump right there. No Thursday trades taken on gold in February. For on Friday, 4 trades, one loser and 3 break-evens. So another thing the journal kind of shows you is like you don't have to trade every day. So if you notice, like for me, I've definitely seen that Mondays and Fridays are my lesser profitable days, and I've seen that beforehand, and I've even talked about it on here. So I even got to a point when I was saying that on Fridays I would be trading post 12 p.m. And by then I hadn't even looked at my journal, but knowing that and also seeing it on my journal just shows that part of, oh, hey, maybe don't trade on Fridays pre-noon and just trade in the afternoon. So in March, for the month of March, overall, gold gave me like about 6K. Total number of trades, 7. 2 winners, 1 loser, and 4 break-evens. So given I was risking 1% here, so this was like a 4%, about around a 4%-ish or 6% gain, yeah, which is 6K. And then you'll see by weekday, no trades on Monday and no trades on Friday were taken on gold. So this one I take, this I normally tie to my broker statement. So it's not the official trade. So this is every single trade that I take. So whether it's an official trade or even the trades I don't send out in the Discord. So you'll see on Tuesday, 1 trade, a winner. Wednesday, 2 trades, 1 loser, 1 break-even. Thursday, 4 trades, 1 winner, 3 break-evens. So, and those break-evens, I remember they're pretty much happened before noon. So this is performance by hour. So this is the 9 a.m. candle, 9 a.m. hourly candle. So one loser, around 10 a.m., 3 trades, 1 winner, 2 break-evens. And again here, this is, what's 3 hours plus 9? This is 12 noon. So 1 trade, 1 winner. So that's in March. So same thing, you'll notice even in February, same thing when it comes to the hours. So that's why I'm saying for gold, personally, I'm not going to lower my risks for gold trades, whether it's before noon or afternoon. Let me go back here to EU and see if. So for EU, the sell would be entered at 1.0790003 with a 15 pip stop loss and 30 pip TP. So for anybody looking to take the trade on EU, it's that. Again, for me, I'm waiting for the hourly entry for EU. And also EU just moves a little slower for me, or a little slow. But that's the trade anybody would be taking. But personally, I'm not catching that trade on EU. So that's gold. Looking at US 30. So US 30, that's where you'll see the numbers jump up. So US 30 in February, for the same analysis, you'll see that in February, the US 30 loss was just $64. So as much as there was 7 trades, 2 winners, 4 losers, and 1 break even. So as much as there were more losers than winners, given the 1:2 risk to reward, it covers. So ideally, US 30 was a break even on February, was a break even instrument. Give me 1 second. And you'll see here performance by weekday for US 30, no trades taken in February. Tuesday, 1 trade, 1 winner, or 1 trade and that was a winner. Wednesday, 2 trades, 1 winner, 1 loser. Thursday, 2 trades, 2 losers. And Friday, 1 trade, which was a loser. What's that? So I think, so EU might have spiked up. Yep, there it is. So again, that's why I wanted the hourly setup. Give me 1 second right here. Okay. Let me see this US 30 trade. I think we had some news come out. So I'll look to take this US 30 trade. And let me first give me 1 second. So I'll look to take US 30. So EU, that's why I didn't like the let me get first prepared for this. I'm not really looking to take the EU first. I want a fast moving instrument. So if I get the US 30 set up, I think this through. Where's my US 30? So I need a crossover sell for US 30 here. If we go to the hourly, I think EU, that was an hourly setup. Okay. So EU is hourly setup as well. So here would be the place to sell EU if I was to take a sell on it. So let's see for both right here. Or even the gold setup. So EU, gold, US 30. And definitely I recommend you guys using fill a lot sizes. All right, so there's no 1 hour entry on US 30 close by, no 4 hour entry as of yet. So even this 4 hour entry again would have been taken out. So you'll probably even start seeing me trying to filter out a bunch of trades. So when I say I'm not really looking to take, especially even looking at structure or structure wise. So even here looking at US 30, let's see, let me see. US 30 gold. Ew. 340, 400. Think a better sell for US 30 is here. 39,458. That would be a better sell for US 30. Only bullish. All right, so this right here would be the EU sell. And what I'll also do, I'll take a sell on US 30, the feel a lot sell with US 30. So which is just 0.125, which is based off of this. So not such a big risk. But a good, 0.125, if it hits, that's like 0.25. So just a filler entry on US 30. But so this one I did take, but a better entry, which might be later on, if you're risking more on US 30, 39,458 would be a better selling area. Because again, pretty much similar to what I drew up on EU, right? When you see the structures right here, you look at the next area where it can stop. So here, there's really nothing. We do have sellers. There's not too much holding US 30 down. But yeah, if you're using a fill a lot size, then you can fill in the trade. But if you are like bigger risk trader, I would say wait for 39,450. EU, I'm not taking EU, but the EU sell would have been at this crossover sell right here, which was the 1 hour entry. Only times I prefer taking EU is during heavy news movements, but that would have been the EU sell here, the 1 hour sell that we were waiting for, or that I'd said would have been a better one. But yeah, so I'm not in the EU trade, only in the US 30 trade. I was hoping gold would have touched this 30-minute, but we really didn't get a touch on gold. So this one was a nice opportunity for gold here, but we got a rejection before that zone. Yeah. So it is what it is for gold, but gold would have been a nice one. Wait. I forgot I have another account with top tier. Let's see. Mm, mm. All right. BTC. Okay, so BTC, we have a 30-minute as well. Again, look at the structure for this instrument. So this is definitely one of those trades. Of course, use a lower risk. So we have this structure right here. Better sell for BTC would be around 69,800, 70,000. But not to say that BTC cannot reverse from here. So here, the job would be to, that's there. So again, this US 30 trade, if you're in it, just use a filler lot size. Don't use a big lot size. And almost pretty much the same as BTC. So BTC as well, I would say use a smaller risk if you do decide to get into it. Because you've seen that structure to the upside. Here we get the crossover on BTC. All right, so it's not, so there's the crossover sell, which was right here for BTC. All right. So I'm in the BTC sell with very small risk, like 0.125. And the US 30 sell that's right here. And just remember to set break even if you achieve a 1:1 risk to reward for any of this. All right, so US 30 should be at a 1:1 pretty soon. I think I got slipped up, but this one, yes. So US 30 is at a 1:1 risk to reward. So go ahead and set break even on that trade. Even if you're slipped up, just go ahead and set break even on it. So this should be that. Break even for that. See what BTC decides to do. Where's my BTC? That my US 30, nice. Oh, this is BTC I'm looking at. EU as well would be in profit if you entered on the 1 hour because your entry or the 1 hour entry because the entry was at 1.081 right here. All right, so my US 30 is at break even, like automatic break even. I think I have to manually move break even for um my top tier account. Let's see. Top tier uses like Trade Locker. I don't know. I haven't found any automatic way to adjust or to set break even. All right. Let's see. What was that? Let's see what was running today. All right. Gold would have been a nice. I was looking for that gold. Even the 1 hour would have been a perfect entry. There was a 4 hour entry on gold. We would have taken the 4 hour entry. It is what it is. Okay, so let's go back to this. So for US 30, as I was saying, so just monitor your trades. So both BTC and US 30 are at break even. No, I'm sorry. US 30 is at break even. BTC isn't at break even. But if I go back here for US 30 on February, you'll see, and this was when we were using the SAR. So Tuesday, one trade, a winner. Wednesday, two trades, one winner, one loser. Thursday, two trades, both losers, and Friday, one trade, which was a loser. And performance by hour, 9 a.m. Time frame, or 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two trades, one winner, one loser. This was 10 a.m. One trade. I'm sorry, one trade, which was a loser. 11 a.m. Two trades, one winner, one loser, and then in the afternoon, one trade, which was a losing trade. And then for March, March right here. Let's see, February, March. It had the same result, break even. Okay, I guess even in March. Uh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I had selected the quote. Um, okay, there's the March entry. So US 30 is out at break even for me on one of my accounts. Actually, yeah, on one of my accounts, it's out at break even. BTC is still running. Now, when I go back to BTC, if you look at your 5-minute chart, we want to see if we're getting higher highs on the 5-minute. So same way we looked at gold the other time. So if we start getting those higher highs on the 5-minute, it's better to close out the trade. So if we keep getting, and the way I can tell we are getting higher highs, is this reversal move to the upside. So if we start getting these higher highs, I will exit BTC at break even if it comes back down, because you can see we have that bullish pressure. Also remember that we are in the bottom of structure. So BTC, again, 69,000, 70,000 might be a better selling area for it. So if BTC comes back down around break even, I'll be looking to exit this trade around break even. You can do so right now because it can automatically spike up from here. But the reason I'm doing that, and we've done this twice on gold, where we were able to avoid losses. When you start seeing those higher lows, especially if you're selling, and vice versa if you're buying, it's just better to exit. So here for BTC, let's see. Yeah, so I'm out of BTC right here at break even. So now this is the point you just wait for later on and try to catch those afternoon moves. But I'm out of both trades at break even. So this didn't really hit exactly on one of my other accounts. I think my top tier account, this one is still running because in my NSF and one of the main FTM, which is my only remaining FTMO, that one is still running for US 30. So that never hit break even for US 30. So depending on where you entered, if you have NSF, next step funded just has too much slippage. They slip you out of positions, which is very annoying. So there's this one that's still running even on my top tier account. Actually, let me exit BTC on my top tier account as well. So there's only this US 30 trade. So depending on which trade, on how big your slippage was, or which provider you have, you could have gotten slipped out of this trade like I did on NSF. But for my trade, our top tier account on Trade Locker, this one is still going because they don't have as much slippage. Yeah, but other than that, I really don't see any. That was a nice one for US 30. Gold would have been, and you can see why. One reason I feel like gold moves a little cleaner during New York. And let's see if this came back. Yeah, moves a little cleaner during New York, especially before noontime. But here for US 30, you can see for the month of March was a big loss for 6,000 overall loss. There was 28 trades, 6 winners, 15 losers, and 7 break-evens. So for these 6 winners, right, with a 1:2 risk to reward, you multiply this by 2. So it gave me back 12 losers. So it just an overall loss of 3 losers. And that's why you have the 6K loss, because each trade I was risking like 2K. So that's another thing that I like with the 1:2 risk to reward. But you can see Monday, 3 trades, 0 winners, 1 loser, 2 break evens. Tuesday, 8 trades, 2 winners, 5 losers. Thursday, 3 trades, all losing trades, and you'll see Wednesday, 11 trades, 3 winners, 4 losers, and 4 break-evens. So here, this winners right here, if you multiply by 2, it's like a 6% gain and a 4% loss, which leads to an overall loss of an overall gain of 2%, which is 4K on a 200K account. And performance by hour, again, you'll see any trade that all the trades we took at between 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. trades between 9 and 10 a.m., which I consider 9:45 to 10, which is when we trade. 7 trades, 2 winners, 5 losers. At 10 a.m., 11 trades, 7 losers, 4 break-evens, and 0 winners. So again, this is why another reason why I'm going slow on the risk for US30. And this was mostly when we went in with I started focusing on the supply and demand strategy. And this is pretty much also kind of normal. If you have different strategies and you haven't worked, so we used to use supply and demand last year before I even came up with SAR. But if you're applying a new strategy that you haven't applied for a while, you can definitely expect losses at the very beginning. The same thing happened with the SAR. When we moved away from supply and demand last year to the SAR strategy, when we first started using SAR, like I had a ton of losses like in the first 2 weeks. But once you get the hang of it, those numbers should improve. But again, this is a good reason to have a journal. So that way you can learn from it. And you can always come in here and apply the SAID filters. So let me mark up the news zones for US30 and then I'll call it a day for the live session. So today is just actually that's not it. Depending on if this US30 trade hits break even or not, but for right now it's a break even kind of day. Based off of the BTC trade. And BTC, when you're in, you definitely have to do a lot of analysis as the trade is going and know when to hop off. Same thing with gold. So here for now it's break even, but if that that US30 trade does not hit break even, since I still have the trade running on one of my other accounts, I will update that spreadsheet. And then let me just mark up new zones for US30. So the next selling zone would be at 39,374. So you can mark this up. If you guys are looking to take this later on, I'm not gonna send this because I already sent the others and I don't want it to be confusing. Especially if I'm just updating one time frame out of all of those. So the new sell area for US30 is 39,374. The buy zone still remains as where it was, so nothing to update on the buy zone. For the 30-minute time frame, the sell zone is the same as the 15-minute, 39,376 area, 374 area. So that's the new inner supply zone. And I will set I already have an alert for that area. And then gold, the same selling area, the 15-minute and 30-minute, so nothing has changed for gold. EU, the 15-minute zone, we already tagged into that zone, so this EU would still be running, so the EU sell would still be running. The 30-minute one is the one that changes, or now changes, and changes into 1.08041. On the 30-minute time frame right there. So that's a selling area on EU. The 15-minute would be the same if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 15-minute is the same area. And then BTC. Let's see what we have on BTC. BTC is the same zone that the trade is running, but we're out on break even on that. But BTC is the same zone if anybody wants to look for reentry. And then 1 hour same for US30. EU, the same trade that's currently running on the 1 hour. on the 4-hour time frame for US 30, that's the one that has changed. So 4-hour here for US 30, we go all the way back to the top because that's where we have a crossover or a possible crossover. And this is on the 4-hour time frame. But if we get some other price movement during the day, we might develop other zones here. The reason I'm not counting this is because it's based off of one candle. So I don't count zones that are based off of one candle because one super move like happened this morning and that zone would just be deprecated. So that's why I don't count zones that are based off of one candle formation. This gold 4-hour triggered. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, there was no 4-hour here. We don't have a 4-hour zone on gold. So I have just put this to the side right there. So anyway, unless you guys have any other questions, that should be it for the live session. Use those markups that I sent to you guys and just observe what price does around those areas. If you didn't get slipped out of US 30, congrats and just hold it at break even. If you got slipped out of it, just look for another re-entry maybe later on in the afternoon. But other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, bye.